It was about a year ago I told myself that this is just how I want to live my life now. I was motivated to hit my fitness goals in terms of how I look, but I quickly realized that before any of that happened, I needed a complete mindset shift. I honestly had no idea how much this would actually impact my life. You see, this was me about 5 years ago. I had no intentionality of what I ate. I was drinking way too much. I had no consistent workout routine, and I was dealing with a ton of anxiety and health issues as well. And this is me now, about 25 pounds lighter and feeling better than I ever have before, both mentally and physically. This is my story on how I made this transformation and a call to you to begin this journey for yourself. I wanted to share with you guys my fitness journey and how it's impacted my life in not just how I look, but as well how I feel, how creative I feel, how motivated I feel, even just my overall happiness. Believe it or not, it actually makes a huge difference what you eat and how active you are. It plays a massive role in every other aspect of your life. So thanks so much for being here and tuning into this video. This one definitely means a lot to me, and I'm just super excited to share this with you guys. So first of all, in the fitness world, there's so much information out there. When you're just trying to find basic, simple information on how to lose weight, how to get in shape, it can be really confusing. When I started all of this a little over a year ago, I went through months of doing research and trying to figure all of it out, only to discover it's actually a lot simpler than I was making it. Before we begin, just as a disclaimer, I do want to say I'm not a doctor. I'm definitely not your doctor. And all of this information that I'm providing you is just based on my experience and all of the research that I've done over the last few months and year or so. If you need to talk to your doctor about a change in your diet or exercise, do that as well. I think that goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Also, if you are subject to any eating disorders or if you've struggled with any type of eating disorders in the past, this video may not be for you. I do discuss tracking calories and being very attentive to what you eat. So if any of that kind of stuff is triggering for you, definitely watch another video, and I wish you all the best. So with that said, let's begin. So how did I transform my body from looking like this to looking like this? Well, the first and main part is my diet, and then the second part is exercise. Now, the only way to lose weight is to be in a caloric deficit. Believe it or not, you could actually lose weight if you only ate McDonald's if the calories you ate from McDonald's were less than the calories you were burning on any given day over a long period of time. So the trick here is to be as accurate as possible in both your calories expended, the calories out, versus the calories in, what you're eating. let's start with that first piece of how do I accurately track the calories I'm burning. Now, if you do a quick Google search, you might find some type of calculator that you can put in your age and your height and your weight and how much you work out, and it's gonna spit out a number of estimated calories you're burning. Let me tell you right now, none of it's accurate because none of it really actually knows how hard you're working out, if you're super fidgety when you're driving, all the different things that you're doing that burn calories and add to that caloric expenditure. What I have found is the best way to see what is my total calories burned in any given day is using some kind of fitness tracker. Now, I personally use the Apple Watch, and the fitness app on your iPhone actually gives you a complete overview of active as well as resting calories combined, which gives you that magic number every single day of the total calories I've burned, which you can then use that number to determine how many calories you're gonna eat and how much of a deficit you wanna create. Now, one of the things that I do is wear it pretty much non-stop. The reason why I wear it all day is because it's constantly tracking my heart rate, and then when I work out, you can tell it what type of workout you're doing, and I'll still say that that number's not 100% accurate, but this is pretty close, and I can attest to the fact that over months and months of tracking this versus what I'm eating, I've seen the results and lost the weight. So if you already have an Apple Watch, or if you have the ability to get one, or some type of fitness tracker that will show you your active and resting calories that you burn every day, this is going to be one of the best and simplest ways to track how many calories you're burning. If you don't know this number, it's very, very challenging to try and estimate how many calories you're burning. If you get on a treadmill, that treadmill is going to spit out some number of calories you burned. It's almost always going to be overestimating. I would highly, highly recommend this. I promise you, this will make a huge, huge difference. So now that we know how to accurately track the calories we're burning, let's now discuss how do I track the calories that I'm eating. I personally use the app MyFitnessPal, and everything I eat every day I add to this app. This gives me a total daily number of calories I'm eating, as well as the macro and micronutrient breakdown of all of that food. In conjunction with MyFitnessPal, I also use a food scale and weigh almost everything I eat. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, Brian, you're telling me to weigh my food? But this is amazing because it means you just can't lie to yourself. There's no one else that's putting food in your mouth except for you. So you've got to be super honest with like, okay, this is exactly what I'm eating. I can't be like, well, let me just round down a little bit on the chips I ate. If you want to be as accurate as you can, this is going to give you a pretty accurate number. And then again, you know exactly what you're eating versus what you're burning. From there, you create that calorie deficit, and you do that over a period of months, you will lose the weight. But I will say, this is why a lot of people fail. They're working out super hard, and maybe they're even tracking all those expended calories, but they have no idea what they're eating. For example, one Oreo cookie is like 50 calories. I could easily eat 10 Oreo cookies in a matter of like maybe 5 minutes. That's 500 calories. It would take me about an hour or so of running to burn 500 calories. You can work out and burn a bunch and still out eat all of those expended calories. Apple Watch, MyFitnessPal will get you started in the right direction, and how accurate you want to be is going to really impact how quickly you see the results in terms of losing weight, burning that body fat, and getting shredded. Most of the research I've done recommends somewhere between a 300 to 500 calorie deficit, and this is pretty easy to maintain. Around 300 calorie deficit, you probably won't even notice much of it. You're not going to feel super hungry, and you're going to slowly see the weight drop over time. You just have to be consistent with it. One thing to keep in mind when using the Apple Watch, you'll want to update the health app with your current weight as you lose the weight to ensure the accuracy of calories you're expending every day and continue creating a calorie deficit. For me personally, I started around like a 500 calorie deficit, and for me right now, I usually do a more steep deficit during the week, like around 800 to sometimes 1,000 calories, and then on the weekends, I like to enjoy my life a little bit more, have some maintenance days where I hit the maintenance calories that I'm burning, and maybe have one day what you might call a cheat day, but I don't like the word cheat because it's like like you're doing something wrong, but just have what I would call a surplus day where I eat and not worry so much about the calories that I'm eating and just enjoy food, enjoy my life. And it's super, super important to have days like that, especially if you're in this for the long term. And the whole point of this is to really find a plan that works for you that you can stick to long term. What's amazing is you can truly eat like whatever you want. I personally eat pretty much whatever I want. As long as I maintain a calorie deficit, I can maintain a pretty low body fat percentage. So what I would recommend for you is to start slow and somewhere between 300 to 500 calorie deficit. Again, if you're tracking those out calories versus in, you can easily do that throughout the day. Over time, if you're also obviously tracking your weight, you're gonna start to see that scale go down. It all seems like a lot of work at first, but the more you do it, like right now, I've done this for over a year and I don't even think about it. It's easy to do. Now, what about tracking macros, which is carbs, fats, and proteins? For me, I just make sure I hit my protein goal. I weigh about 165 pounds, so I try and eat around 165 grams of protein per day. The research I've done recommends anywhere between 0.6 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Again, MyFitnessPal is gonna help break all that down for you. I will say protein is just super filling, so if you have it with every meal, you're gonna stay fuller longer. It also helps you to build muscle and retain the muscle that you have. So make sure you hit your protein goals. My macro split usually looks like 40% protein, 40% carbs, and about 20% fat. That's just what works for me. If you want to do more keto friendly or a little bit more carb heavy or a little bit less protein, work it out, experiment, try things, see what works best for you. Just try and eat protein. Eat it and hit those protein goals. I can't stress that enough. And it's a very important macronutrient that every human body needs to live a sustainable long life. My main tip for you to maintain a calorie deficit is tighten up the window in which you're eating. One might call this intermittent fasting. I personally do this. I usually stop eating every night at around 11 or 12, and I usually don't start eating until the next day at around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. If you only have 8 hours to eat, 2,000 calories is going to feel like you're eating like a king, and it's a very effective way to maintain a calorie deficit. With all of that said, that's like 80% of losing weight. You could be a sedentary person, and if you're tracking the calories you're expending and you're eating in a caloric deficit and you're not active at all, you're still gonna lose weight. So that other extra piece is exercise, fitness, working out. Now, for me personally, I work out 6 days a week with about 60 to 80 minutes of strength training and then another 30 minutes to an hour sometimes every day of cardio. So most days I'm working out for a minimum of 2 hours. Now, this is a lot. I don't recommend you go and start working out tomorrow 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's just something I've slowly progressed to, and I just love it. It's a massive mental challenge for me, and I find that the mental challenge really transcends into other aspects of my life where I can be more focused, more creative. Working out also helps you more easily create a calorie deficit, as well as build, strengthen, and define muscle. I'm not gonna get into a bunch of specifics on my workout routines, all that. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but that over a long period of time with a calorie deficit, hitting the protein goals, you can get pretty shredded. The thing is, you can definitely lose weight and get down to like 12, 13% body fat, but to get then lower to like under 10%, it just takes time. You have to be really consistent over a long period of time. One of my biggest tips for you is do not depend on motivation or inspiration. You might be watching this video and be like, you know what? Yeah, now I'm inspired. I watched this video. I'm gonna start this fitness journey. I'm gonna get in shape. Well, guess what? 2 weeks from now, you're probably not gonna feel that same motivational whatever. You're not gonna feel that way. And while it's great to be inspired, you're for sure gonna have days where the last thing you wanna do is work out and eat in a caloric deficit, whatever it might be. And if you've been depending on the motivation as some indicator to work out or eat right, well, When that's not there, guess what? You're gonna fall back into your old habits. When you don't feel motivated, you don't feel inspired to do it, when you do it anyways, what happens is you start to reprogram your mind and build in those good habits. And that growth only happens when you push through on the days you don't feel like doing it. Focus on consistency over a long period of time. Once you get past that 30-day mark, that 90-day mark, 6 months into it, you're not fighting the mental stuff as much anymore of like, oh, I'll just skip today, or I'll just go out to eat today. And that's been super helpful for me. I started this whole journey saying, this is just how I live now. This isn't some 30-day challenge for me or some 90-day thing, some 3-month thing. This is how I'm gonna live my life. I promise you, this is super simple stuff, but it works. It truly works. Don't look for some quick fix. It's consistency over a long period of time. Stick to it, and before you know it, all of these new habits are gonna feel good. You're gonna love the workouts. You're gonna love eating better. I had lots of anxiety in 2018, 2019, and I am in much more control of the mental health aspects. So this isn't just about looking fit. It's how you feel, how happy you are, how content you are with life. Through all of this journey, this is probably the biggest thing that I've learned, and I'll leave you guys with this. I actually wrote it in my phone, so I'll read it to you guys here. The choices you make each day slowly weave a tapestry that creates how you live, feel, and experience life. It's so important that you're very intentional with every single day in what you're doing. And it's not necessarily just about fitness and nutrition, but these two things play a huge role. I hope you're inspired by this video to go start this journey for yourself. If you're gonna start this thing, see yourself 6 months from now, still at it, still learning, still growing, and truly embrace the journey. View your body more as a river that ebbs and flows as opposed to some math problem you have to solve. I know we're talking about calorie deficits and the numbers of calories you're burning versus what you're eating, but your body isn't a math problem. Your body is constantly changing. So you have to be okay with the fact that along this journey, as you lose weight, it's not gonna be this linear path. It's gonna have its ups and downs. So be patient and forgiving with yourself. That's super important. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check the link in the description for all sorts of goodies. Follow me on other social medias. I've got Instagram, I've got TikTok with my wife, Allie. Can't thank you guys enough for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Just wanted to say thank you guys all again so much for watching this video. I definitely hope you got something from it. Also, I wanted to give a massive shout out to my incredible wife, Allie, who was basically the cinematographer for all of those cinematic shots in the intro of this video, and she has been so helpful, not only in just helping me film this video, but just as I began this journey a year ago with the nutrition and the fitness and stuff. She's just been so incredibly supportive through all of it. She's incredible. So definitely check the link in the description. Go give her a follow over on Instagram. She's also on YouTube here as well. Also, all of the music used in this video was actually written, produced, mixed, and mastered by me. I'm super happy with how the music came out. If you want to use this music for one of your next video projects, hit the link in the description and go to moodsounddesign.com. We offer some of the best music for your videos, and we're just $6 a month. Thanks again so much for watching.